Hello, this is the Haunt Informer, and today I'm talking about my favorite scenes and effects and walkthroughs this haunt season. So I'm going to first talk about my favorite scenes and effects at Penhurst Asylum this year. There was lots to talk about. I really enjoyed it. You can see my review up in the corner, but I have more things to tell you. I have some more spoilers for the event that I really enjoyed. I really liked the doll scene in the administration building. It was very creepy and eerie. They had the life-size doll figures from Nevermore Productions, and it looked really creepy, and you didn't know which one was real, and they had that in a creepy, dark room, and you couldn't tell where you're going, and it was messed up lighting, and it was very creepy, very claustrophobic, and it really messed with you, and you didn't know which was real, and then the one was real and jumped out and scared you. It was a really good time. That's definitely a highlight of the administration building. I think that's actually the best use of those Nevermore production props with a live actor I've seen in a haunted attraction. Definitely a memorable effect was the spraying toilets. So when you're in the administration building, you walk down a hallway that have prop toilets that spray water at you. It's really a gross out scare where you're like, ew, a toilet spraying water on me. But I thought it was just cool. I didn't expect that, and it was one after another, just one toilet after another, both sides. It was really intense, and they had really good smell-o-vision in that room, so it smelled really disgusting. So the water effects and the smell-o-vision paired really well together, and it really made for a unique experience. If you have a fear of heights, you're going to get really scared in the administration building at Penhurst because there's an extended area where you walk over this bridge and you can look down and you can see the floor, and it's all lit with this ominous red lighting. I really enjoyed that scene. It was definitely one of the highlights of the administration building. I actually wish I had taken my time even more. I was taking my time to look at everything, but I really wish I could have walked even slower, maybe even stopped and just looked, because it was so cool to see all those effects and actually see the floor like that. There was a room with a gory autopsy prop body, and it was really gross. They had silicone body parts in there, so all the organs looked real, and that nurse was there, and she was covered in blood, and that scene really stood out to me and was memorable because that room was so bright. So you went from a darker lit area to a really bright room, so that really stood out, and all that blood on the prop and on the actress, you were like, wow, that's really gory. And she just stared at you creepily and came after you. Another attraction at Penrith was the morgue, and there was lots of really good quality props of dead bodies from Ghost Ride Productions. And what I thought was unique was they had lots of water effects. So when you would walk past these dead bodies, you'd be sprayed with quote-unquote blood. It was really water, but I really liked that effect. I thought that was really cool and well executed. One of my favorite effects in the morgue was the freezer room. So you went into the freezer, there was a whole bunch of props of the bodies with the feet sticking out on the trays, and the whole room looked like it was covered in ice. I liked all the detailing and all the props in that scene, and then the actors in that scene actually used a special tool Penrith made to shoot a CO2 effect at you, and I thought that was really interesting, and I didn't expect that. I didn't know they would have a CO2 effect, and I didn't know it'd be actor operated. The tunnels of Penhurst are a really good setting for a haunted attraction. They take full advantage of that, and there's lots of really good effects in there. They had lots of really cool broken pods that go with the sci-fi theme, lots of really good sci-fi theming with electrical boards, with really good quality video effects on them, and they mixed props with people, so they had pods where it looked like they were broken that were just props, and others were actually actors that would scare you with a startle scare. I liked those effects and those scares. The ending of Containment was really good. It ended with the giant animatronic called Zombie from Gore Galore, so the animatronic would lunge out at you and try to grab you with its giant hands. Next up, I'm going to tell you about my experiences in the playground in Dark Dreams at the Night of Terror in New Jersey. I had a very good time there. Highly recommend going next haunt season. Playground was a very good quality 3D haunted house, one of the best I've ever been into. There are mobile scenes and effects that really stood out in that attraction, and one of them definitely was sand. You went to an area where you really felt like you're walking through a sandbox because they had sand on the ground. I really didn't expect that. I really liked that effect. Genius idea. And just the theming and the whole playground, the spaciousness of it, where you really feel like you can get lost because there's so many 3D effects and so many twists and turns and so many actors, and slides. So much to look at. The section of the haunt where you felt like you were walking past one of those play places at McDonald's was really cool. They executed that really well. I liked all the scares that were incorporated in that scene. As the name implies, Dark Dreams was very dark in multiple sections, but there were lots of scenes that had brightly lit areas that had different theming, and there was a dentist area where a female dentist would come after you and want to take your teeth, and there were other phobias covered, like spiders, a whole bunch of cobwebs and spider animatronics, so that was interesting. And near the end, there was actually a double scare with the Gorehound animatronic from Gore Galore and the Rat animatronic from Gore Galore. Right when you walked past this dark area, it was kind of a wide area, walked right between this dark area and take a turn, and you don't know what's going to happen, and these two giant animatronics attack you. It was a really good scare. That was the Haunt Informer. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notification every single time I put up a new video. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And I'm on social media. I am on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can find all those links in the description below. And what were your favorite scenes and effects and walkthroughs this haunt season? And as always, happy hauntings!